Okay guys, what's going on guys? NealGuides here, welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to go over the tactics up, the weekly tactics update. We're getting close to Christmas now. I just want to quickly say as well, don't forget this video is sponsored by my FIFA School Series. So if you do want to get better at FIFA, you can come join my FIFA School Series where you can learn everything from attack patterns, the basics of football, the fundamentals. You really want to get better, the fundamentals. And right now, you're going to see a video very soon from Division 10 all the way to Elite Division. So you're going to see gameplay from Division 11, Division Elite, Division 10, all the way to Elite Division. Defending with CDMs. Learn the meta before it comes meta. Link is down below in the description on patreon.com/NealGuides. But as we go towards Christmas, as I said, I won't be making less of these because not much that I'm changing. As I mentioned, my here is to give you my exact tactics that I'm using. So if I want to log this out and give you incorrect ones, but of course I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to make these as I make changes. So let's go straight into it. So this is my team. I'll show you the team after we bet better. So the normal ultra defensive tactic, and by the way, I've got a formation on every single one of these on my channel. So if you miss anything out that I've gone over, go back and watch the formation videos on my channel. So we've got the ultra defensive formation. As I've always mentioned, when you're lining up, you need one ultra defensive formation to close the game out. You need one formation, of course, when you are losing. And what we've done is we replaced the 4-4-2 with a 4-2-2. That's our ultra attacking. Then we have ultra defensive over here, and that is our 4-3-3. Just to kind of close the game out. And then we have one attacking and one basic formation, just the way that I lay it out. So ultra defensive 4-3-3. I mentioned this before. This is if your opponent is pressing you, or let's say he starts doing overload fullbacks, and you're getting outnumbered, and you need to defend the lead. Let's say, I don't know, it's 70, 80 minutes, and you're 1-0 ahead, or even 2-0 ahead. This is the formation I will change to be as wide as possible. Of course, we want to be a bit more narrow and compact with defending. Slow build-up play to counteract his constant pressure, as I mentioned. And these are the instructions. Just feel free to pause the video and just copy the instructions. Again, it's the exact same thing. I've had Pulisic in my team. I'll explain to you how good he is in a second. And don't forget, what we do is we normally sub this guy off. So what happens is here, Onyeka, just for chemistry purposes, this is the way the team will change. So normally Onyeka goes in centre mid, and then what I do is I sub off, for example, this centre mid, and because he's got the drop in between defenders instruction, what happens is that you end up making a back five. That way you stop the counter attacks as well. Then we move over to the 4-2-3-1. This is my updated 4-2-3-1. I've gone back to slow build up playing forward runs. Feel free to use balanced and forward runs, as I mentioned, but forward runs is the most important thing. The build up play is not that important. In fact, long ball is just as effective. The slow build up play works extremely well. We've explained why I've increased the width. That's just to be wide. It gets people that are narrow and part of the bus. It's the best formation. This is the formation I would change to most of the game. I will be on this formation just because of my skill level 95% of the time. But if you're, for example, if you're watching a typical rank 1 or a rank 2 player, that's a very good player, but not really, let's say you're like in the elite division, but you know last year you weren't really an elite 3 player, you might be using this 50% of the game. Likewise, if you're like, let's say a gold 3 player last year, you might be using this 20% of the game, and you might be using 3-5-2 because you're losing. So it just depends on your playstyle. But I stick on this most of the time because I can win with this, and if I'm winning or I'm in the game, I feel secure with this formation, so I use this. And of course, if you want to, you can put one of your centre mids to balance as well. So this formation I would use from the first minute, and I will stay on this formation up until the end of the game. If I'm really struggling, I might change to the 4-3-3 third variation. So that's formation I use most of the time. You can use any formation in this slot if you want to use another one instead. Then we have the 3-5-2. This is my attacking formation. So let's say I'm in a game and let's say I'm not creating chances. What I mean by that is, let's say with the 4-2-3-1, I'm struggling to get past someone who's parking a bus. And let's say, for example, he's got either playing wide or he's playing very narrow. Whatever system that I have, I can basically have a system to basically counteract it. And the way you do that with a 3-5-2 is you have 2 strikers and you have the cam, and then you have the left mid and right mid. So the way I look at it is, it's basically like a 4-1-2-1-2 down the middle. It's basically like a 4-4-2 with a cam, and then it's basically a 4-2-3-1, you can argue, with an extra striker. So it's every formation in one. So if I really, what I mean by that is, if I can't get through, let's say I'm creating and I'm scoring, or I'm missing my chance but I'm not scoring, I'll still stay on a 4-2-2, and I only change on a 3-5-2 if I'm really struggling then, or if I'm 1-0 down. These are the tactics. Again, you can copy them. Forward runs or direct passing is up to you. I'm just testing something out on this 352. So if you want to copy this as it is, I'm going to upload updated 352 very soon. So I'm just testing some things out, but feel free to use forward runs here. And these are the instructions. We got all 3 of our cams and our 2 strikers on stay forward. If you do struggle defensively, let's say you're struggling defensively, you can put one of these guys and come back in offense, and that way when you defend, you're defending the left back or left wing back and right wing back. These guys will turn into, you end up having a back 5, and then your striker will come back either in a centre mid or left centre mid position to make a 5-3-1-1 when you're defending, and you're attacking a 3-5-2. But just because of my, again, let me just reiterate, I'm not, people always think I'm sounding arrogant, but I'm just saying because of my level, this is the reason why I'm doing it. Because if I just say I'm doing it and I don't explain, then how are you going to know? So if you are struggling with defending, then I'll say come back in offense. I'll say most players ranked 2 and above can use all 3 on stay forward, because you've got 2 centre mids, and of course you have the back 5 to defend with. Left mid, right mid, come back in offense, get in behind, get into the box for cross. If you want, you can have one of the centre mids on balance, that's fine by me, and put overlap both on the left back and the right back. So when you do this, just put overlap like this. They're not going to go forward, they're just going to be wider when you build up. Basically, so when you build up, they're going to be as left centre backs and right centre backs, much more wider, better for the counter attack, and for the driven passes, better to distribute your back line up. And that is, of course, so what would happen is if I'm in the game, I'll stay here. If I'm winning, let's say I'll stay on this, and if I'm, let's say 70 minutes, I might go to 4-3-3. If I'm 1-0 down or it's 0-0 and I'm really struggling, then I'll go to the 3-5-2, and that's the way I basically do the quick switcheroo. And then let's say I have this one. Now this is where the 4-2-2 goes. Now, if I'm in a game and I'm losing 1-0, I will use this formation. The reason why I changed to the 4-2-2 is because I wanted the CDMs. Why? Is because this cut passing lane instruction is the most important thing. It's why CDMs are so imperative. It's why I play the 3-5-2, the 4-2-3-1. The CDMs make all the difference. Now, the reason why I made this formation is sometimes I'm in a rush. I don't have that much time, unfortunately, to play the weekend league. I'm sure some of you guys that are working don't have the same with me. If you're working weekends or you're in school studying or whatever. So I like to press very quickly from the minute 1. So this formation is an alternate. I use this when I'm losing. So when I'm losing, I go to this formation. Let's say I'm using 1-0 and I'm struggling with these 2. I use this formation. It says wasting time. I use this formation and I'll start pressing. What you can also do is you press down on your D-pad and you press left. You can activate. So down then right, I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. I think down left or down the right. It might be different on your controller setup, but down the left, I think, is you activate team press, and basically this can turn into constant pressure. So if I'm in the game, I'm 1-0 down, I will change this formation. If, for example, I'm 2-0 down, I need to start going into pressure, I can activate the D-pad tactic team press and press when I want to, or you can just pause the game and just use constant pressure manually. So the benefit is this can be used when you're starting the game to be very aggressive, or if you're losing 2-0, you activate team press and you achieve the same thing. As I mentioned, the width and depth, you make it 75 and 65. You can make it between those regions, so you make it 60 to 75 depth, or 65, 75 depth as well. Sorry, 60 width to 75 width, or 65 depth, 75 depth. Feel free to increase if you want to. Long ball forward runs, that's pretty explanatory. We want to get the ball going forward. As soon as we get the ball, we want to win the ball back high up the pitch to someone is parking a bus and wasting time. And these are the instructions. 1-on-1 stay forward, 1-on-1 stay central. So both of them on stay central, 1-on-1 stay forward, 1-on-1 come back on offense. The idea is you're defending a 4-4-1-1 kind of system, and one of them are basically stay in the middle. The guy that will come back will basically stay in the middle as well, but will just be behind the striker. Won't be directly, but will be floating around that area, because don't forget, they've nerfed the 4-4-2 in FIFA 20, so the strikers are not outside the box anymore. The lamb and a ram, both of them are on comeback on defense. And we have the balance on support for crosses. Both CDMs on cut passing lanes, stay back while attacking. In case you're wondering, I do trigger these players manually with the L1 button myself. So if you are struggling, you can, of course, put this guy on balance if you're not used to using the L1 button to push him forward. And left back, right back, stay back while attacking, conservative and overlap. So as I said to you, I would start either on a 4-2-3-1 normally, and then if I'm winning, I'll change to this one, or if I'm really trying to use this one. If I'm in a game and let's say I'm losing, I'll go to this one by 1-0. If I still 2-0 and we're losing, like let's say by 2 goals, I'll activate team press and make this a press formation. Alternatively, sometimes I just go into a game and use this formation and press from the first minute. Now, This will help you press, but understand if you're up against a player that knows what he's doing, you're going to struggle. So understand that you can use formation from the first minute, but you're not gonna win 20 out of 20 games. That's what you're wondering. When you're pressing, if you verse a player that knows what he's doing, it will cost you more than being on a 4-2-3-1. That's why, again, I say use this formation first, suss the game out, and then from there you will know. This is my new team. This Pulisic card, fantastic. One of the best dribblers I've used so far. I've had so much fun with him on stream, just dribbling past my opponent's entire defense. Such a top tier card. Stamina's a bit messy, you may have to sub him off, but he's medium. On the wing, come back in defense, he's fine. In a 3-5-2, either put him in a striker or play him in a 2, or put him in a striker role on stay for as well, I'd recommend. But that is, of course, my tactics setup, and I got Nedved back into the team, King Nedved. I should be able to get the extra 1 chemistry to get 90 cam, but who cares about that? And thanks for watching, guys. I just want to say again, don't forget FIFA School Series, patreon.com/NealGuides if you do want to get better at FIFA. As I said, join for 1 month. You don't get better, I'll refund your money. That is how sure I am. Defending with CDMs, learning about the meta, strafe dribbling, left stick dribbling, and of course all of last year's videos and everything as well. Link is down below in the description. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Take it easy, and of course I'll catch you next week. Peace out, guys. And I want to try some more experimental formations as well this week, and have different variations of the 4-4-2, like attacking 4-4-2 defensive. Let me know if you want to see that as well. Anyway, guys, take it easy. Peace out, and I'll catch you next time.